Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This session focuses on assessment and evaluation in second language. I hope and expect by the end of this session you would be able to understand the difference between the two terms, assessment and evaluation, and how the terms are used in the second language context. Well, my dear students, to understand the role of assessment and evaluation in SL, first we need to understand the difference between the two terms. When it comes to assessment, a definition of assessment I would like to share with you. Assessment is defined as a methodical way of acquiring, reviewing, and using information about someone or something so as to make improvement where necessary. So, the process of assessment is a systematic way, it is a methodical way. Secondly, it involves 3 steps: acquiring information, reviewing that information, and then using that information. And to do all these 3 steps, for what purpose? To the ultimate end of making improvement in the teaching learning process wherever it is required. The term evaluation, on the other hand, is derived from the word value, which refers to the usefulness of something. Therefore, evaluation is an examination of something to measure its utility. So the purpose of evaluation is to judge whether something is valuable enough or not, whether it has a good utility or not. Simply put, evaluation is a systematic and objective process of measuring or observing someone or something with an aim of drawing conclusions using criteria, usually governed by set standards or by making a comparison. This raises the question, what is then the difference between assessment and evaluation? Well, assessment is a process of appraising something or someone, the act of gauging the quality or the value or the importance. On the other hand, evaluation focuses on making a judgment about values, numbers, or performance of someone or something. Assessment is made to identify the level of performance of an individual, whereas evaluation is performed to determine the degree to which goals are attained. And I think this is what makes the main difference. The basic difference between assessment and evaluation lies in the orientation that each of these has. While assessment is the process that is itself process-oriented, evaluation is product-oriented. The article presented to you describes all the distinguishing points between these two, and I would like you to know the key differences between the two and their application to LT. So the first point of difference is the process of collecting, reviewing, and using data for the purpose of improvement in the current performance is called assessment. A process of passing a judgment, this is important, passing a judgment on the basis of defined criteria and evidence is called evaluation. So, this is one of the major differences or key differences between the two terms. Assessment, secondly, is diagnostic in its nature, as it tends to identify areas of improvement. It suggests what needs to be improved and how it is to be improved. On the other hand, evaluation is judgmental in nature. It merely tells or aims at providing an overall grade, thus not focusing on improvement. Thirdly, the assessment provides feedback on performance and ways to enhance performance in future. As compared or contrasted to this or as against this, evaluation ascertains whether the standards are met or not. Fourthly, the purpose of assessment is formative. What is formative? To increase quality, whereas evaluation is all about judging the quality. Therefore, the purpose of evaluation is summative. It sums up the degree of performance or the value of performance. Number 5th, assessment is concerned with process, while evaluation focuses on the product, as I have already mentioned during the session. Sixthly, I would say in an assessment, the feedback is based on the observation and positive and negative points. It would look at both the aspects, positive and the negative. In contrast to this, evaluation is in which the feedback relies on the level of quality as per the set standards. Seventhly, an assessment is the relationship between assessor and the assessee, where the assessor and the assessee work in relationship and assessor assesses the performance of the assessee. This is the criteria that is internally defined. On the contrary, the evaluator, the evaluatee, based on the evaluation, the term evaluation, share a prescriptive relationship, wherein the standards are imposed externally. It is not internal. They are already prescribed according to which or against which performance is to be evaluated or judged. Number 8 is the criteria for assessment are set by both the parties jointly. The teacher and the learner together decide how to assess. As opposed to that, evaluation, is where the criteria are set by the outsider evaluators. Finally, I would say the 9th key aspect in this regard is the measurement standards for assessment are absolute, which seeks to achieve the quintessential outcome, as against to this standard of measurement for evaluation are comparative. That makes a distinction between better performance or worse performance, etc.